Hello, beautiful beings. Today we are going to be talking Ascension Codes. What are Ascension Codes? This even includes light language and energy healing, as well as I'll be sharing a way that you can receive these and why it's so powerful to receive Ascension Codes in our lives. So if you're watching, you can ask questions throughout. If you're catching the replay, ask questions in the comments section. So Ascension Codes, what are there? Well, first, let's talk about, hey, Kelly, let's talk about how the fact that there's a spiritual awakening, the camera's a little crooked, there's a spiritual awakening happening on the planet right now, and there's things that can assist us and make it a much faster, graceful, joyful experience. And that's what I mean by Ascension Codes. Anything that is in support of your awakening, of your transformation, of your greatest becoming. Now, as a medical doctor turned transformational life coach and spiritual healer, this is actually something that I was born with. And what I have found to be the most powerful tool in someone's transformational process, as well as health, wellness, mental health as well, is energy healing and light language. So energy healing and light language is something that I do in my work with my one-to-one clients, in retreat settings, in certain workshops, and also in my Ultimate Woman program. It's not something that I share very widely because it is something that you have to be ready to receive. Like, it's not something that you can just start sharing. It's like you need that permission. So anytime we have energy healing, you need to want it and you need to give permission to the person to give you energy healing. So I am very mindful about what, in the formats in which I share it. And there's always some kind of energy exchange that is required for any kind of healing, actually. So that's why when you pay for a course or you pay for coaching or healing, it's very empowering for you because it's you giving permission and you saying, for this ascension, for this code that I'm receiving, I'm going to give this in exchange, right? So an ascension code is essentially a frequency, a vibration, a transmission. It can even be a mindset shift that supports you in your ascension. And what is ascension? Ascension is your spiritual awakening, your transformation, reaching that next level of being. So I just want to say, I saw a comment, sounds awesome. This planet is in great need of this with peace in mind. Yes, exactly. So what's happening is we're seeing a lot of ascension crisis, or where people are awakening and they're kind of like, I don't know what to do with this. Or sometimes what happens is as you're transforming, you feel the pain of who you used to be and you're living that life, but it's not in alignment with who you are anymore. And sometimes we need like a quick, like a quick activation, a quick transmission, a quick energy healing, a quick light language activation to support us in reaching that next level and actually taking the action that's in alignment with the truth of where we want to be going. Because so often we stay in situations because we've been in them and we think like, okay, I'm going to go and do that thing I really want to do when I have this much money in the bank, when I find the new job, when I fill in the blank. So it's like you're making everything conditional. And sometimes you just need a nice little a push, but it's more of like a caress that will support you in going into the direction that you want to go, that's true and deep in your heart. And usually this is connected to your desires. So what I have found Ascension Codes to do are they can literally instantly transform what you're feeling and bring you into a new state of being. So for example, this week, or like last week, I started working with a new one-to-one client. And he was someone that was really feeling depressed. He has a good job, and he has his family and kids. He has all the things that you would imagine would make you happy in life. But he wasn't feeling happy. He was actually feeling depressed. Why? Because he wasn't living his true purpose and he wasn't living in alignment with his actions based on what he knows he's here to do and what he really wants to be doing. So when you're staying stuck in anything, Like, oh, I need to do this, or oh, I need to stay. Like, this is not for anyone's benefit. And in the first session, we did energy healing and light language, because that's really the foundation, as well as some word transmission. And I like to call this soul wisdom. After sharing certain things about the fact that we're only the youngest we're ever going to be right now, that our desires were put here for us to do them, it's part of our soul mission, and that when we're not living in alignment with our soul's mission and purpose, we actually feel depression. It's one of the side effects of when you're not living in your purpose. So a quick cure for depression or any kind of feeling down is to literally get on your soul's path, because it's actually letting you know, hey, whatever you're doing is not the thing. That's why you're feeling like this. Really, you want to be doing this thing. So when we started doing the energy healing and the light language, he literally was like, I feel like sensations in my brain. So what happens with the light language is it does help to clear out whatever belief systems and thought patterns are not serving you. Because so often you're just playing a program of like your family or of what society tells you should do, and you're not actually living what you want to be doing. So the Ascension Codes through the light language and energy healing actually support you in clearing out frequencies. So thoughts are actually a form of a frequency in your mind that's not serving, and replacing it with ones that are serving. So what is light language? So light language is a frequency that is spoken or sung. So it's like the translation of energy through the voice. So it can sound like a song, it could sound like another language, it could sound like nature sounds, like whistles or birds or something like this. And a lot of shamanic practitioners use a form of light language. And it's called light language because it's very general. And also light language has been known to be connected to even like nature spirits or the beings that are here to assist humanity in their ascension. So I'm sure you've heard of different ascended masters or different beings from other dimensions or from other planets, for example. Those frequencies and energies that they want to transmit to humanity can come through light language. So when you hear light language, it actually feels like very familiar and it feels very healing. And some parts of light language feel like a clearing, and other parts of light language can feel like you're receiving energy. So light language has many different uses, and it can be used to heal, to cleanse, to awaken, to activate, also to transmit certain types of knowings or wisdoms. And why it's so powerful is it bypasses the mind, because with light language you don't really know what's being said, but you can feel it in your body. So the mind's not trying to like make sense of it. I always recommend to people, when you're receiving light language, feel what moves inside of you. And so someone writes, what about to calm PTSD? So someone asked about that. And so basically any ailment or issue you have, any dis-ease, energy healing, light language, all of that is so powerful. So as you know, I'm a medical doctor who has transitioned completely into holistic healing, because I have found that the energy healing and the light language and these kind of vibrational transmissions are much more powerful in helping us to fully cure something. So what happens is when you go to Western medicine and you get a prescription, it doesn't really cure. It's just helping the symptoms. And I'm interested in the cure. Like, let's find why there is a mental distress or why there is a physical ailment. And always it is first in our energy field. So true preventative medicine is working at the energy level, in my opinion. And this is after years of being in the hospital and then traveling the world and studying all kinds of alternative healing modalities, where I have seen instantaneous shift. Like, people literally get all of their energy back and feel so inspired for life, is through the energy healing and the light language. And through letting people know that what they believe isn't necessarily true. So all of those limiting beliefs about what you can be in your life and if you're able to achieve this, that, and the other, like none of that is true. And it's my job to help people realize that whatever you want to achieve in life, to live your ultimate life as your ultimate self, is absolutely possible. So that brings me to the actual first Ascension Codes that I'm going to be sharing with the public. And that's going to happen on August 4th at 5:30 p.m. And you can catch the replay or you can be there live. And it's an 111-minute journey that is going to include a wisdom and transmission from the soul. So speaking directly to your soul, the theme is awaken, because as I mentioned, there's a spiritual awakening happening on the planet. And right now, most people are living a very small percentage of what your human potential actually is. So you are capable of way more than you are living. And what I have found is through these Ascension Code transmissions, we can help to activate your DNA, activate the parts of your brain that are sleeping, activate the parts of you that are hiding or sleeping that are ready to come online. So you will literally feel transformed and so inspired, expanded afterwards, and really awakened to more of your true potential. So in the 111-minute journey, you go through that. You go through that experience of really like receiving a transmission from your soul. You receive energy healing and light language transmission. So as I mentioned, the light language transmission, it's like you really need to give me permission to share that with you. And that's why coming into the Ascension Codes is how you do that. So I look forward to sharing these Ascension Codes with you. If you have anything going on in your life, like this is a perfect energy healing and activation session that can literally transform anything, even if it's an emotional situation, a physical, if you even feel pain in your body, even if you are feeling good, but you just want to get to that next level, the Ascension Codes always help for that. So the Ascension Codes is also part of a bigger experience that I'm hosting over this next year, where I'll be releasing a course a month. So you can do the Ascension Code by itself, or you can choose to join the year-long experience. And the year-long experience, there's an Ascension Code every month. There's also a course that is released every month. And in the month of August, that course is going to be Ultimate Nutrition. And in the month of September, it's going to be Ultimate Manifestations. And then in the month of September, it's going to be Meditations for Ultimate Living. And the intention for all of this, because I so believe in everything that has to do with supporting the awakening and healing of our planet, as well as us as humans, and reaching our highest potential so that we can create a life we really desire and love, that's free from fear and full of abundance and full of where everyone is living their highest potential. What I mean by that is you are living the life you want to live and you're doing what you love. So, hey Omar. So as you're tuning in, feel free to ask questions. If you're catching the replay, ask questions as well. If you want to find out more information about these offerings, you can visit the link in my bio where all the information about all the different things I offer are. And it is my great pleasure, it is my great mission to be a part of this transformation that's happening on the planet. I thank you so much for following me here on Instagram. And if you know anyone who needs to hear this, I highly recommend you share it, because as each one of us awakens and inspires awakening in those we love, we create a better planet. And as you awaken and heal and evolve, you also feel so much better. And in feeling good, you affect those around you and it creates that ripple effect. So my mission is to reach millions for the awakening and healing of humankind. And I know that each one of these lives that I come on is a part of that. So I thank you so much for being here, for receiving all of this. And I look forward to you receiving the Ascension Codes as well. I send you so much love. I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.